Hi, everybody. Excuse me. I thought today we'd do like a chatty video. I'm just going to talk about some of the books I read in the last, we'll go until yesterday. So the last, what is today? I don't even know what today's date. I think it's like the 18th, Wednesday. I'll just say Wednesday, so I think it's the 18th. So we'll just talk about some books I read since the 17th. Some books that are on my Kindle Unlimited that I want to read. Books that I'm currently reading. You know, just have some just some catch-up time. So let's do it. But first, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Lori, and welcome to the Chatty Bookworm. Feeling much better, even though I still feel like I have a kidney infection a little bit. But I'm starting to feel better. Like I said, I don't feel as run down as I have, even though I still feel tired. But I don't feel like you know, like I'm dying. You know what I mean? Like I can't focus on a book. So, let's talk about some of these books I read first. I would say, so far I don't have a 6-star, but I do have some favorites. So let's talk about a favorite. Broken Vow by Sophia Lark. I read this for the, did I read it for Welcome to the Smut? No, I think I read it for, I read this one for the Mafia romance one that was going on this month. I forgot what the prompt was for, Bodyguard maybe? But I really love this one. I'm weird. I know a lot of people read books in order because they don't want to get like spoiled for anything from the other books, but it don't bother me. So I read this one and I really love this one. Like, this is Rihanna, how do you say it? I cannot pronounce her name. And I always forget the guy's name. Why do I always forget people's names? Raylan. And at the beginning of the book, she is attacked and someone's trying to kill her. So they tried to drown her. It's not a spoiler because it happens right at the beginning. And he's really good friends with one of, I don't think it's her brother, I think it's one of her friends. They're really good friends, so he wants, or it could be her brother, I'm not sure, but he calls him, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he's going to be the hero in Heavy Crown, I believe. I can't think of his name right now. But anyways, he calls Raylan to protect her. And why they're trying to figure out, why she's on an assassin's list, whatever you want to say. So it was really good. I love their bickering and I love their chemistry, and I thought their interaction was really nice. Nice? I don't know why I said nice. It was really hot. Their sex scenes, I should say, was really hot. I will say, I've only read this one and Brutal Prince. I will say that Brutal Prince is still my favorite so far. But I really love this one. It was almost a 6-star, but if I would have gave this a 6-star, then I would definitely have to change my rating on Brutal Prince and give it a 6-star. Which I might still change my rating on Brutal Prince. I do think I really love that one. I think I'm definitely going to give it a 6-star. But this one I think is going to stay a 5. It was really good though. I like what was going on, why they were trying to hide and stuff. I did think that it took a little bit for them, to start liking them, but something happens, I'm not gonna say what, and they have to go to his ranch in Tennessee, his family's ranch in Tennessee, and that's when it starts really getting hot and sexy, and I really start seeing their chemistry a lot. So I really loved it though, really loved it. Another one that really worked for me, this month I did a lot of rereads. I read 15 books by the 15th, I read 15 books, I think, or 13 books. I can't remember. But I know 8 books were all Ollie James books. So that's another reason why I decided not to do a wrap up like I usually do, is because of that reason. Because you guys already know about my Ollie James thing. So, but one of the books that I read that really loved from for the Den one, for the Smut Den, was Ratchet by Emily McIntosh. This was I have the other 2 books in this world, not this world, but by this author that I started but I haven't finished. This is the first book by the author that I actually like picked up and wanted to continue reading. Like I wanted to know what was going to happen and stuff. So I thought that was a good thing. I think I gave this one 5 stars. Yeah, 5 stars. I kind of like feel like bumping it up to a 6. So it might change. If it does, you'll find out eventually. Because once I finish the other 2, then I'll probably talk about like which one was my favorite out of the 3, you know. So yeah. But so far, yeah, this one was really cool. This is like, they're not based off of like the different fairy tales, but they're like a twisted type from it. So this one is of course the Wizard of Oz, Richard, and he's he goes undercover to try to bring down her family, and they fall for each other. She's a badass. She's a badass. She's a killer. I mean, you know, mafia, you know, she's a killer. So don't be like, if you go in here thinking that she's going to be like a mouse or something, you know, like timid. No. She's got balls. She goes after what she will kill. She is not afraid. She might not want to because she's very interesting because she's like wants to like calm down and not like let her temper get the best of her, but it's just so hard. But I just thought this was so hot, like So it's the Wicked Witch with the Tin Man. Mwah. And I really loved this book. I cannot remember people's names today, so I will tell you in a minute. Her name is Evelyn, something like that, and his is Nicholas. But these scenes, like, hot, you guys, like, he would get down on his knees, you know, and if she said something, he would, like, do it. He wasn't afraid to, like, let her be in charge, and I love that about him, because a lot of guys, just a lot of people in general, like, if they're, like, you know, if they have that dominance to them, they wouldn't want to be down on someone's knees. I mean, for somebody, you know, let alone a woman. And he, like down. I really loved it. I wish I could find. She goes, I want you to get down on my knees and I'm not going to say the word, my pee, like a good pup. And he's like doing some stuff, and then he says, don't tell me what to do. And then I move, gripping the meat of her thighs and pulling her body, sliding down the table harshly, sending more cash fluttering to the ground. And then he's looking at her. She said, don't just stare at me. And he goes, GD, you're W-E-T. I'm just going to spell it because I don't know if I would get what you called for it. Soaking through your panties all for me. Just these scenes were so funny and they were hot. I like this this quote. Words were calm in my life words were my calm in a life filled with chaos. That's something that she says. I just want to share some of like my favorite quotes. She talked about how this was after a kill, so spoiler alert. She's like, I'm not upset that I killed them. She said, I'm mad that I lost control, she continues, and I love this guy. He's thinking, so instead of leaving and reporting into Seth, I moved our interlaced arms and wrapped them around her middle before removing my fingers, dragging them down the front of her body as I sunk to my knees. Then take it back. See what I mean? Like, I love that. Like who would tell a girl that? To take it back and get down on his knees and tell her to take it back, you know, like take control? And I like this quote. There's something so attractive about one person submitting completely to another, of being at their mercy, accepting whatever they see fit to give. Let's see if I can find a couple other quotes that I really liked. I'm trying to see. This is a kind of long one that I like. It's a quote, I think. Bright star, would I were steadfast as thou art, not in lone splendor, hung aloft the night, and watching with eternal lids apart, like nature's patient, sleepless eternity. I whispered the words softly into her ears. The moving waters, at their priest-like task of pure ebullition, something like that, round earth's human shores, or gazing on the new soft-fallen mask of snow upon the mountains and the moors, pillowed upon my fair lover's ripping breast, no, yet still steadfast, still unchangeable, to feel forever its soft fall and swell. Awake forever is a sweet unrest still to hear her tender taken breath, and so live ever, or else swoon to death. And there's a little bit more. He was right. She said, they're talking. And then she's like, is this romance is? Or he said, is this romance is? One of them said, so this is romance is? And she shrugged. Okay, so it was him that said this is what romance is. And then she shrugs. He was talking about Keats, of course. He was writing about wanting to die if he couldn't live forever with his love. I don't think it gets more romantic than that. I love that whole thing. Because he does one, too, like where he does something, like a, what do they call it? A poem, or whatever you want to say? I like this one, too. Rough and messy and 1,000 different shades of wrong. But I'm like her calm, then she is my chaos. And if I can't live with her forever, then I don't want to live. She's changing me, or maybe she's simply making me feel alive. Let's do a couple more. That's when I knew I would pick her 1,000 times over, even if it meant rotting in hell. Except it doesn't feel good because it doesn't feel like home anymore. I don't think I knew what home was until I found it in her. He's talking to his sister when he's saying that. But I just love how he is. And then I think this is still his sister, yeah. Do you hate me now? Of course not. Right, because I'm still me, she sniffs. We're just out here living, you know, roaming under clouds that are 1,000 different shades of gray. But you can't help who you love, Nick. I just love that quote, too. Because you can't help who you fall in love with. Very true. You can try to fight it and stuff, but if it's meant to be, you know, that love's going to be there. I love when he, like, I don't want to read that one because it would be spoily. But I love this one. You will always be the captain of my heart. And then I like this one. My heart skips and stutters, then starts beating in a steady rhyme. And with that single smile, I knew I made it home. Just some really cool quotes that I really liked. But I love, like I said, when he gets like down on his knees and stuff for her. I mean, I just love that he will do that. Get down on his knees for her like that. And I like this one. I told you to stay put. And I'm not a dog you can bark demands at, sweetheart. She smirks. I beg to differ. You're right, I agree, taking my uninjured hand and reaching around to grip her hip and pull her into me. Tell me to sit and eat like a good dog, and I swear to effing God I'll do it. Just some of the, like, my favorite quotes and parts in the book. So that's why I did spoilerly. But these were the best that I read. I reread, like I said, a lot of Ollie James. I read the last 3 that I didn't read last month in her Elite Protection Services. I read all 3 of her, I do always forget it, Time Served series. And I reread the first 2 in during the 15 days, first 15 days. And the first 2 in her Unhinged series. And I read, let's talk about one more. I did read a couple other that I'm not going to mention, but I did also read this manga, number 6. And he opens up his window and he finds an injured person and he brings him in. He's like 12, I think, at the time. 12 or 13, and then the next day the person disappears. And he was a fugitive. And this, of course, the other one knew that he was, but still brought him in, and then it's like 3 or 4 years later, and it picks, you know, it's like they meet again, and it's just what happens when they meet again. So, but it was really good. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars, and I definitely continue on when I had money to get it. But yeah, those were some of the books I read. What I'm currently reading, I started Bravely by Maggie Stevewater. I forget how you say it, or how you pronounce her last name. But I'm currently on page 40. I just started it. So I'm doing a 48-hour readathon for myself, you know. And this is one of the books I'm reading. One of the books I can't tell you about because I'm doing a reading vlog for it. This one I still haven't picked up. I started it during the month, but I still need to pick it back up. So I might be trying to finish that during the 48-hour readathon. But I also just started Book of Night by Holly Black. I'm reading this for the readathon. Let's see. I'm just on page 24. So far, it's okay. I don't know what to say about it. What else? I did finish another manga yesterday, and it was the one for the reading vlog. I mean, the 48-hour readathon. So you'll see that in that. So I'm not going to talk about it now. But these are 2 of the ones I'm currently reading, but I'm going to be just mood reading during this 48 hours. So I might not even finish a book, but I want to get as much as I can into books that I'm currently reading. But yeah, this one I definitely want to try to finish sometime this month, and continue on to the next one because it's only a duology. It's so fun so far. Well, I shouldn't say fun. I mean, it's dark. You know, it's mafia. Let's talk about some books that are on my Kindle. I want to, sorry, my throat is a little sore, so if you see me do clear my throat and stuff, that's why. But I have I did read 3 books on my Kindle that I didn't talk about. I think they were mostly 4 stars. I don't remember now. I have this one that I saw a couple that is it Madison from Paperback Princess or something like that? she was doing her wrap up, and she talked about some of these Omega books, and they're like prequels to it. So there's this one called Pac Organ Origin. It's a prequel novel. I forgot what she said it's exactly about, so we'll read it. It's only 96 pages. They claim my heart, I claim their heart. No, they claim my heat, I claim their heart. Sorry, boy. It says, in a world where omegas are cherished, alphas are revered, and betas are forgotten, I wouldn't have changed a thing. Growing up in foster care, my friends and I took care of each other. Aries, Killian, Rafe, and Knox were my everything, my first loves, my only family, my pack. Until the same night they told me we'd be together forever, I presented as an elf Omega. I mean, everything changed. But this is like the prequel, of course, like I said. So you got to read this, you know, because she said there's like an Easter egg that goes into the first one. I mean, the full one. So, yeah. And that one is called, the next one is called Pac Bound. That's the one that she was talking about, that she read, and she gave it 5 stars. And then there's a new one that comes out, the last one in this, I guess it's with the same characters, comes out the end of this month, so May 31st. So if I like this one, then I will definitely continue on. If I like the prequel, there we go. And if I like the first big full one, then I'll continue on in that. So that's one of the things I got on my Kindle that I really want to read. There's this one, I don't remember which one it is, but it's a reverse harem, and it's vampires. But I cannot remember which one it was. Maybe Nearly Undead in the Dark River. I think that's what it is. I'll show you the cover. I didn't even show you the cover of the other one. Let me make sure this is right. Yeah, it's vampires. So this is what I hope you guys can see that. I don't know if you can see it very well, but that's what the cover looks like. It says, like I said, it's called Nearly Undead in the Dark River by Grace McGinty. It's book 1 in the Dark River Days trilogy. But she finds out that there's vampires, and that she's a vampire herself, and she didn't know it. And like I said, it's just about her, you know, falling for the different vampires. I'll read to you what it says. It talks about like how her mom said that she might end up dead in a ditch if she makes wrong decisions or something like that. I don't know exactly. And she winds up in Alberta. Says, oh, it had all the usual suspects. Quirky dinner owners, untruthworthy outcasts, and a sheriff. So hot, he'd make any red-blooded woman with a heartbeat beg to be in cuffs in the back of his patrol vehicle. No, the really unusual thing about Dark River was it was entirely populated by undead, vampires to be specific, and so was Mika. I think this is a reverse harem. I could be wrong. I thought it said reverse harem, but it might have been a different one that's a reverse harem that I wanted to read. Yeah, it does say reverse harem. Okay, it says in the description here. Like where it says read reviews that mention the book. One of the, I know you guys can't probably see that, but one of the things on there is, I know you guys can't see, I'm sorry, but one of the things say reverse harem. So, I like this review because it says RH for adults, no teenage bullies. So I really can't wait to read this one. Like, I kind of want to like see if they have like a physical copy and read it that way instead. Because I love reverse harems. You guys know I've been really getting into reverse harems. So yeah, but that's definitely another one that I want to read that's on there. I got one that's called Stolen by Monsters. I talked about that when I was one of the books that I might have read that I was going to read, but I never did because I got sick for the smut den. I have another one. I cannot remember what this one's about. It's called Prince of the Sorrows. For the life of me, I cannot remember what it's about, but we will find out together. And this is the last one I'm going to talk about. Oh, this is Faye. Okay, I forgot. It says, without an academic endorsement to make him valuable to the High Fae, Saffin will be sent back through the Veil to the human world, the place he was traded for as a Changling baby, and placed in a place he is terrified of. And while getting an endorsement shouldn't be impossible, it's hindered by the fact his literacy is self-taught using books stolen off of Morgana's Academy's campus of High Fae students. And then something about it, mistaken identity. It leads him to learn the true name of the brooding, self-centered High Fae Prince, Calvin, something like that. So he wants, in exchange, it says for exchange for endorsement, he and Calvin, how do you say the guy's name? Form a GIS, I'm not sure how you say that, GEIS, where Saffin agrees to find a spell to strip power from Calvin, something like that, true name. But there's like some kind of a beast that human servants are starting to fall victim to, and the beast is known as the Wolf. Then he realizes that he has to himself into, he realized he has embroiled himself, how you say that word, in a manipulative reach of power like he never anticipated. And even Prince Calvin, something like that, cannot be trusted. Between the wolf uncovering forbidden magic and his growing feelings for the prince, Saffin will have to decide which is most important to him, his endorsement, the lives of his friends, or the prince's life and well-being. It says it's LGBTQ plus, or LGBTQ plus romance, fantasy, and futuristic romance. Fantasy and futuristic romance. Let's do one more. Because some of these I don't even remember. This is another one I found that sound intriguing. It's called Lilacs and Leather by Thora Woods. This one sounds really intriguing to me. It says she's safe as long as she is hidden. Linda Anderson is an unbound Omega who left her life behind to escape a family more interested in their status than protecting their daughter from an Alpha who wouldn't take no for answer. It took everything, but Linda managed to break free, running as far as she could. Now she lives with her head down, avoiding attention. It says her past is still on the hunt, and she can't get caught again. And it says, Pac St. Clair is everything Linda has been taught to want. The rich, influential, and beautiful. A chance encounter sets her on a collision course with the three alphas and their beta. An instincts long inquired flare to life, setting fire to all of their carefully laid defenses. But Linda knows that if something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Pac St. Clair has a secret, one that could destroy everything they've worked to create. And that skeleton in their closet has set its sights on Linda. It says, when the past comes to call, can the Pac keep their Omega safe? So it says it features male, female, female, and poly relationships. So, yeah. And there's someone that says, in the review, they said that they're not really into female books, and they almost didn't read the book because of that, but they wound up reading it and really loving it. So they're glad that they didn't let that stop them. So that's cool. I don't really read a lot of female romance books, but that's because I haven't found any yet that pulls me in as much as the male romances. But I'm trying to read more of them, so you'll be seeing that next month in some of my reading. I got do I have for next month? For some spoil alerts, I have Some Girls Do that I might be reading. That's I don't know if it's female or if it's female. I'm not sure. I think it's female, but I'm not 100%. But I'm almost positive it is. I have some other ones. I have, of course, the new Casey McQuestion one that I'm going to be reading next month. I ordered, I'm trying to remember, what LGBT it is. What, But I know I'm going to be getting the Alex Hall new book. We're here. Let me look. Since this video is already long, we might as well make it longer, right? Let me find it. Oop, I hit the wrong button. Store. Let me look it up. If they have it as a Kindle book. It's giving me problems. I'm sorry, you guys. This is really giving me problems. Does not want me to get to the search button. Okay, here we go. Okay. Forget what the LGBT is. But it's a lady for a duke. I think it might be is it trans maybe? I know. There's this one here, just in case you were wondering what it looks like. It says, a lush, sweeping queer historical romance from the best-selling author of Boyfriend material. Perfect for fans of Netflix, Bridgerton, Eva Dunmore, and Lisa Kelpis. It says when Vola, something like that, Carol, was presumed dead, at Waterloo, she took the opportunity to live at last as herself. But freedom does not come without a price, and Vola paid for hers with the loss of her wealth, her title, and her closest companion, Justin Devere, something like that, the Duke of Gracewood. Only when their families reconnect years after the war does Vola, something like that, learn how deep that loss truly was. Shattered without her, Gracewood has retreated so far into grief that Volola, how do you say her name, barely recognizes her old friend in the lonely brewing man he became. As Volola, how do you say it? I'm sorry, I'm bad at pronouncing names. Strives to bring Gracewood back to himself. Fresh desire gives new names to old villains that would have been impossible once and may be impossible still, but which Vola cannot deny, even if it costs her everything all over again. Let me see what it says, if it tells you what. Is it trans? I don't know. I forget what the rep is in here. Yeah, it says transgender fiction. Transgender, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, romance. And then it says LGBTQ plus historical fiction. Okay, I was right. But that looks so good. Boyfriend material, I kind of liked. I gave it 3.5. But this one sounds like I'm going to really like it. It sounds really good. But that's going to be a spoiler alert, of course, for next month, one of the books. And plus the other couple that I mentioned. So, yeah, I have a lot of LGBTQ plus books I want to read next month. I have some plans for rereads. Like I want to reread Red, White, and Royal Blue. I want to reread Winter's Orbit, maybe. I know I want to reread History Is All You Left Me. I want to reread The House in the Sicilian Sea. Those are just some. Because I was thinking, you know how they do like the videos where they read some of their favorite books to see if it's still, if they're still their favorites? I want to do something like that. So Red, White, Royal Blue wouldn't be that because I've read that so many times, so I know. It's going to be like ones that I've only read once. So Winter's Orbit I only read once. History Is All You Left Me I only read once. House in the Sicilian Sea I only read once. I know there was another one, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, I brought it over here yesterday. Oh, I know it because I love that book. Oh my gosh, what did I do with it? Oh, it's Felix Ever After, I think it's called. I don't know what I did with it. But I remembered loving that one when I read it. I gave it 6 stars. I thought there was another one, but maybe that's it. So that's one of the things I might do next month. So you guys might be seeing that. But yeah, I'm gonna quit rambling for right now. But I haven't done a video in a while, so I figured we'd do a long one. And just chit chat a little. I'll let you know what's going on. Like, I went through more books. I have like 100 books so far that I am taking to the half-price books sometime this coming week. And I'm going to be doing, if I have time, I'm going to be doing like a try a chapter for like 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, that top one I already tried before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably like 14 or 15 books. I'm going to try a chapter. It's probably going to be in a couple of parts because otherwise that'll be a long thing. So I might do it in 3 parts. One, like pick so many today. Then tomorrow pick so many, and then Friday pick so many. And then, you know, go from there. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys go because that was enough rambling. But let me know how your reading is going so far this month. Do you have any like reading vlogs planned? Or do you just have any books that you are really looking forward to this, you know, to read this month or of course next month as well? Do you have any LGBTQ plus books that you're going to be reading? If there's some that I haven't mentioned and you haven't seen on my channel before that you think I might like, that'd be wonderful if you put it down below. Especially like female. I do have, what's that called? Delilah Green, whatever that one is. I do have that one. Yeah. I do have that historical one that everybody likes, but I can't think of the name of it right now. But it's a female. So I do have a few that, a couple, at least like 4 or so, maybe 5 or 6 at the most. Female books that I really want to, romance reads that I want to read. But yeah. I'm going to be like putting everything up early because my mom's going to be here, not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday, and I'm not going to get much done while she's here. So, and then we're going camping. We're taking her home that Saturday, the day before we go camping. So we're taking her home that day. We got to go get my niece and my great niece, and they're going to come and stay with the animals. And we're going to be camping for a week, so I'm not going to have much time for the ending and beginning of June. I'm going to try when we go on vacation to video some stuff, even if I don't have Wi-Fi, I can still bring my tablet and, you know, record videos. I just won't be able to put it up until I get home. So, yeah. So hopefully I'll get some video for you guys on our camp trip. Just like around the camp. I'm not going to carry the iPad around. You know what I mean? So I'll just like, yeah. But we'll go from there. So I hope you guys don't mind that this was so long. But I just wanted to chit-chat and let you guys know what's been going on. What's going to go on. And I'm going to talk to you guys all later. My throat's starting to hurt again because, like I said, I've been sick. So, yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, you know, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, push like. The bell icon, if you push it, really helps because it will let you know when a video from me goes up. And likes help even if you don't comment. So like, if you will. And that is it. Until next time, you know the drill. DNF is your friend. Don't be afraid to DNF. If you guys feel like you're not sure if you want to continue on, then DNF it for right now and pick it back up. You know, you can always go back to it. And that's it. I hope you guys have a good day, good night, whatever the case may be when you see this. And until next time, I am out of here. Happy reading, and thanks for being awesome.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard